All right, Carolyn Ellis wrote this, gave it to me. Welcome to the Country Diner, where you're sure to meet fine folks. You'll hear good picking and singing, and if you're lucky, a few funny jokes. Keith is the one you'll meet first. He introduces Larry, the boss. In his diamond gusset jeans and red shoulder towel, you'll never guess he's such a hoss. The first thing Larry likes to do is read a promise from above. Keith will say, I like that. Larry agrees with its hope and love. Renee's the waitress you see bustling about to bring folks their good country grub. She's the one who really runs the show amidst all of the crazy hubbub. Next, Larry wants folks to shout out a number and tell Jared to punch it into song. The golden oldies from the old jukebox will fill the room before very long. Then it's time for the really good part, when the special guests sing and play. Then talk to Larry for a while before singing in the small cafe. Michelle sings backup vocals while the sheriff picks his guitar. You might also meet Sam, Bam, and Luann at the diner. They're all stars. Now it's time for a commercial break thanks to Tartar Farm and Ranch. If you win, Ann will paint a flag on your barn. Do you think I'd have a chance? That Bible-toting Nadine arrives to complain about Homer and her clan. I agree with most of her opinions. I think I'm her biggest fan. She likes to drink coffee and loves to eat pie. Then she posts her pearls of wisdom on the old church sign. Sometimes Keith will have a fun fact, something we didn't know. And he always has a dinner special for the guests that are on the show. After another song or two, it's Boot Daddy's time to shine. Randy, Paul, and Colin give gift cards away. They're all so kind. Gus tells us about his healthy chickens and also what's new. If you'd like a freezer full of Spring Mountain chicken, it could be you. Larry and Renee tell about cruises that carry a boatload of acts. Now that's what I'd really like to win, and that's a bona fide fact. Now our time is gone, and we've had a good time to share, where the cameras are always rolling, and
we don't care.
Thanks you, Carolyn.
Oh, that is very
Isn't
good.
that neat? Carolyn Ellis wrote that. We do have a special guest here, but I don't think he's here yet.
Oh. What? Boy, that
Billy Yates. How you doing, Billy?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, sir.
Oh.
Great to be here.
I heard that some people a little bit ago were telling me that you told them on the trip down here about some of your overseas airline travels.
Yeah, so they were talking about how much wind and whatever, worried about the flight. It's like I slept through the whole thing. Now, of course, I woke up, I had drool running up the top of my head. I went upside down, but I slept through it. We've had some interesting flights doing these shows overseas over the years. Last 13 years, I've been doing that, Before I went to Branson, I was doing all those shows. And some crazy flights. But
it's funny because a lot of people will know your music and don't know you, don't know your name even.
That's true.
Hit me with one that they will know that we don't know.
This is from 1992. This song wrote in 92. This was the 93 CMA Vocal of the Year. Goes like this. I don't need no rocking chair. Your Geritone or your Medicare. Still got neon in my veins. This gray hair don't mean a thing. I do my rockin' on the stage. You can't put the possum in a cage. My body's old, but it ain't impaired. I don't need no rocking chair. Well, I ain't ready for the junkyard yet. I still feel like a new Corvette. Might take a little longer, but I'll get there. I don't need no rocking chair. I don't need no rocking chair. Your Geritone or your Medicare. Well, I've still got neon in my veins. This gray hair don't mean a thing. I do my rockin' on the stage. You can't put the possum in a cage. My body's old, but it ain't impaired. I don't need no rocking chair. I'll pick it. Retirement don't fit in my plan. You can keep your seats, we're gonna stand. Hey, an Eskimo needs a Frigidaire, like I need your rocking chair. I don't need no rocking chair.
You don't need no rocking chair.
Your Geritol or your Medicare.
Geritol or your Medicare.
Well, I've still got neon in my veins.
Still got neon in his veins.
This gray hair don't mean a thing.
His gray hair don't mean a thing.
I do my rockin' on the stage.
Does his rockin' on the stage.
You can't put the possum in a cage.
Put this possum in a cage.
My body's old, but it ain't impaired.
Well, you know he ain't impaired.
I don't need no rocking chair.
He don't need no rocking chair.
Well, my body's old, but it ain't impaired.
And we all know he ain't impaired.
I don't need no rocking chair.
All right. George song. Yeah. Son.
How did you get that song to George?
Well, you know, George, I'd gotten to know George a little bit just prior to that, but not well. And so wrote the song with Kerry Kurt Phillips and Frank Dycus. And it was one of the very first songs that I'd ever been a part of as a songwriter. And so those guys took me in and started teaching me how to write songs.
Wow.
But my publisher at the time was a company called HoriPro, a Japanese-owned company. And they sent the song over to MCA Records. And Renee Bell was working A&R over there, and she loved the song, sent it out to George, and never forget, and it's just us banging out a guitar, singing about like that. Get a call at the publishing company one day. They said, "Billy, you have a call on line 2, whatever." And I go to the phone, and it's George. He said, "Yeah." He said, I got this rocking chair song in the mail, and they sent it to me from the label, and I love it. And he said, "I'm gonna record it." And so he was going to record like the next week. It was really fast.
Yeah.
And so I remember I had to be there. I just had to be there to see it. So I remember going over to the studio that day, knew where they were recording, circled the studio, and George comes out in the parking lot, and I swung up there, and I said, "Boy, I'd love to be there when y'all record this song." He said, "We're going to do it about 6 o'clock tonight." Well, 6 o'clock, guess where I was? I was standing at the back door of the studio, and it was locked, of course, and so I waited. The fiddle player comes walking out of the studio, and I grabbed the door, and I walked in like I owned the place. And so
Right.
I walk in the middle, and they're recording a song. So I shot off to a door to the left that was into the control room, and Emery Gordy Jr. is producing the record. He's in there playing bass on this other track. I hid in the corner, and then they started doing that song, and George was the only one that saw me. He saw me hiding behind a chair in the corner.
Wow.
And Emery said, "Let's do that rocking chair song." And George said, "Well, I'm a little tired, I think." And he looked over at me, and I was like, "Oh, great." But they did it, and it was awesome. It was just great.